Okay. The fuck's up? You know, Bruce. Yeah. Let's take a walk, I guess. Um, I'm not even sure I should be recording an episode today, right now. Uh, classic, classic Spiff, classic Chaz. Only records when he's going through something. Here's the funny bit. My life, I feel like right now, is fine. I had kind of a little bit of a chaotic day, I guess. Not really. I mean, in terms of in terms of chaotic, I mean, obviously, if I'm saying it's chaotic to anyone else, it would literally be the drop of a feather. But yeah, my life's fine right now. Everything's good. It's amazing how that can change, you know. Episode 49 was like a couple of days ago, maybe. And I don't remember if anything was going on that day, but I'd say like the last probably 10 episodes have been recorded at times where I've been going through stuff, random stuff. And when I say that, you know, usually what it means is in that day. It doesn't mean like I'm going through like a hardship necessarily that's lasting like a month or that like I'm mourning. I'm just existentially kind of a sad, cynical person at the get-go. So it's and I think later, a little bit later in my life, I started really just succumbing to my emotions, you know, just like being open about it and being honest about it, you know, and not like really considering the idea or reflection of myself that I appear weak or whatever I sound or look like when I say the words going through something. You know, I just don't. I could be running on melons right now, honestly. But it's true. I mean, I just say what I feel in the moment that I feel it. Sometimes. I mean, at least when I have a microphone in front of my face, that seems to be how it goes. So when I say I'm going through something, it's usually not like fucking, you know, it's not like end of the world stuff or like I lost a relative or, uh, you know, it's usually not that. It's just, it's never stuff like that. It's always just like, it's always just simple yin and yang, like just kind of a mild philosophy of, I always know that there's going to be shitty times. You know, there's going to be times when I have panic attacks for light reasons, like reasons that maybe I shouldn't have, feel as though I shouldn't have panic attacks or mental breakdowns or whatever. Or maybe I'll have altercations with people in my life and I am confused as to how things arrived at what they did when they did. So, things like that, you know. Usually that's it, actually. Usually it's just another person in my life. I mean, that's kind of how life is. It's just about people, really, I guess. Life is kind of just about people. So it's kind of hard to not have a shitty experience that doesn't, that involves a person. Kind of hard to not have one of those, you know. It's kind of hard to have a shitty experience that isn't like affected by remotely by another human. But usually, you know, usually it's just people, I guess. People and me and people and I. As my English teacher would say, grade school English teacher. Not that whole thing, but the end. So yeah, you know, I just have a lot of problems. I have a lot of problems with people, I guess. You know, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know why. I don't know why I can't get along with anybody. I don't know why I don't agree with anybody. I don't know why I can't, like, understand people. I don't know why people can't understand me. I feel like we're all going through this to some degree. But, you know, it's something that it's not like I'm thinking about that, but just think about the inner workings of it. I'm always, it's always in my mind all throughout the day. It's like this struggle of when did it all get so complicated? You know, it's all my fault, I guess. I made it complicated, you know. This struggle of trying to know more things in life has just brought me to know so much less. And so, you know, I don't understand people, but I can't even argue with them because I don't even really know if I believe in myself, you know, let alone what they say. What a strange thing. Chaz is typing. I'm seeing on my monitor that Chaz is typing. Chaz, if you're watching this video, thank you. I don't know. I don't know why. I guess there's no point in wondering why. No point in asking. I just appreciate it. Doesn't really matter who views these videos, but I guess when people do view it, I guess then there's a different matter. It's like these videos matter to me to make, and then I guess sometimes to listen to or watch, right? But the point of this channel was that I was saying, okay, I'm just gonna make videos, and they're just gonna be about whatever. They don't even need to be like. I was never like thinking, oh, let's make this serious like, fucking. I just got sidetracked because he sent the message. I don't know what I was saying. Shit, fuck, shit, fuck, shit. I'm already seeing a lot of editing in this one. Who knows? God damn it. Fuck. I was saying, I feel like I was getting somewhere with what I was saying. God damn it. Oh, okay. The point of the channel wasn't really to be like counseling, you know, or like Osmongold stuff necessarily. I mean, actually, he was a big inspiration for this channel, but it wasn't meant to be like this. I guess as Chaz would put it, stream of consciousness. I don't even know if I know what that means, but just this thing where I just kind of hit record and just talk, or sometimes I'm just sitting here and it's kind of like a meme, but it's also like a mindful moment. Sometimes I'll just sit. You know? There's something about this that is that's beautiful to me. I don't know why. I just think that maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm insane, but there's just something so important to me about just silence and just existing, and the idea that I'm just sitting here and that somebody could be watching and just being in this silence with me. And you know, I'm sure you're just clicking around, maybe you have this on in the background, maybe nobody has it on, maybe nobody will ever see this video. That is totally a possibility. I could even upload it and nobody could ever see it, you know? I mean, that's what I meant, is that there's potential for me to upload this video and for nobody to ever see it. It's totally within the realm of possibility. You know this, I know this, we all know this. Getting emotional on Toontown, you know? It's like, it's so stupid that it's so stupid that, I don't know. That just made me emotional. But it's just something, there's just something about it. I don't know. It's weird. I have a chair, you know, when you're feeling weird. I can't explain it. I don't know. Just don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I think I'm just talking into this microphone. And, you know, most of the time, right now I feel like I'm saying what I want to be saying. But I feel like most of the time when I'm talking into this microphone, I feel like I'm saying just nonsense, just gibberish. Like I'm speaking another language that I learned the words, but not their meanings. Like I'm just speaking, it's like I'm talking with somebody else's mouth. I don't know what happened to me. Coining a term. I think I have a real bad case of, or maybe just a case of Carsonitis. And I've talked about this here and there, but I don't think I've ever really gotten the thought across. But I think that during, you know, when I started getting into Carson and his content, I noted I for at first I didn't think it was funny at all. And then after a very short period, and this has happened to me with a lot of like YouTubers and groups of YouTubers and content creators, whatever, is usually I start out thinking like, why? What is the appeal for this? This is so not funny. And then shortly after, I'm like, it just clicks, and I'm like, oh, I get it. This is hilarious. And then I just completely get absorbed in it. You know, it's like just it's like a golden age period. You know, and there's something about Carson and his friends as well. It's like they had this weird mindlessness when they were doing stuff, and I think that I took that and ran with it, and it became worse for me. Like, they're kind of monologuing and riffing off of each other, and they're all cracking jokes and stuff. But it's like lo-fi humor, it's like lo-fi conversation. It's like awkward comedy masterclass. But it's like I take that and it just became somehow like who I was. And then I meet all these people who are actually kind of similar with the way they communicate, the awkwardness and the confusing conversations that every conversation feels like a dead end or like something that's unfinished. And so, I feel like I'm just at a point, and I've been feeling like this for probably years now, but, or at least a year, but probably more, probably years, where it's just like I feel like everything I say is just mush, every time I talk, it feels like I can't say what I'm thinking. And, I feel like I can't speak anymore. I feel like I might as well just sew my mouth shut, because the same thing would get said either way. It's just nonsense. It's just all of it is just craziness. And it's like more than I ever thought I would have to look back on. I feel like every day I'm like scribbling in a notebook, just scribbles, just scraping my pen into each page of the book and not looking back. I'm just flipping the pages. Every day is a new page, and I'm just fucking like taking a hacksaw with ink to each page. Just all these different shapes and corners, and just scribbling all over this just defiling this page, taking the circular measurement thing and putting the pencil on it and fucking doing figure eights and shit, and ice skating all over this page. I don't know what the fuck is going on in my life anymore. Everything just feels like a blur, everything. And people say stuff about the year, like the year 2020, 2021, they were just a blur. I heard someone say that yesterday. And I was just thinking to myself, dude, I could give two fucks about the year, what year it is, what day it is, what month it is. I could care less about COVID. I don't think any of these things, I don't know if they have an effect on me, but I like to think that they barely do. I've had so few run-ins with all of the stuff that's been going on around the world. My head has been a world for the past few years, and it's been longer than 2, I think. And it's been a pretty chaotic world in itself. There have been riots and race wars and and pandemics just in my brain. And it's like the end of a war film. That's how every day feels with me. It's like I don't really know what was accomplished, and I can't even like look back behind me and see it. Like the path is so like obscured. It's so obscured. I don't know what the fuck happens in a day. I don't know where the days go. And you know, then I met like Chaz. Chaz is one of he's come to quickly, well, I wouldn't say quickly, but recently he's quickly become one of my best friends. But like meeting him was such a strange experience because I feel like he's a very, very hard person to like read and figure out, and he confuses the shit out of me a lot. And you know, when we talk, it's usually just jokes and just laughter, and it's that same shit. It's like awkward humor and comedy and just riffing. And sometimes, man, sometimes it's a lot. Uh, love you, Chaz. I don't know why you'd be listening to this. I don't even know what this is. Um, but you're a good guy, and you've been wonderful to get to know. And I appreciate your uniqueness, for lack of a better word. You stand completely out, and I feel oddly like, as chaotic as you are, I feel like when I met you, I felt like, wow, this guy's even more crazy and and I was gonna say psychotic or psycho, but that's not, you know, just out there. You know, this guy's even more crazy and wild, and you know, like just out there, even more so than I am. Never thought I'd find somebody like that. And you know, there was confusing moments upon our relationship, and times where I didn't know if like it would like pull through, I guess. There's plenty of times of uncertainty, just a lot of jokes and confusing times, you know, confusing Chaz. It's a confusing guy, but he's a lovely guy. And like I said, when I first met you, it was like intimidating, and I thought that you were going to be very similar to the way you are in your videos, which is very chaotic and off the chain hook. Thanks, Bo. And it turns out that was pretty much 100% true, which isn't usual for you to expect what a person's going to be like before you meet him or them. But I expected it, but yet I was still taken aback and surprised and kind of thrown into this world of meeting someone so unique. And like I remember the first few times I talked to you vocally, I remember going straight to bed because you were like so mentally exhausting. Like you were just picking my brain, like giving me like kind of an intellectual workout of sorts. You know, I was so kind of nervous and just confused at everything that was going on. But yet, I feel like some time has passed, and I'm not sure there's anyone in the world that I feel like I can relate to or feel like-minded with or more similar to than Chaz. He's been on my mind so much the past few months, I guess. How long has it even been? Time just doesn't even, no mercy anymore, you know, it just goes. I don't know how long I've even known Chaz. I guess it's already been a year, but at the same time it feels like it's only been a few months because there were times when we didn't talk and it was just, you know, now we talk pretty much every day in some way, you know, like whether it's he's in my chat, and usually after he's in my chat we call, or just we interact like pretty much at least once a day somehow. And he's just become like this staple of my life, and he's really flipped a huge part of it just completely upside down, along with someone else I've met. This girl I've met earlier this year, she kind of just like came into my life and fucking just turned that shit upside down like a tit, you know? Like fucking walked right in without taking her shoes off, and that's a Your Lie in April reference, but I always like to think of it that way. Without even taking her shoes off, and just fucking stormed into my life and turned it upside down. So there's two people that have been very strange and chaotic to get to know. And this is my first time actually telling anyone, whoever it is that will be seeing this. Maybe no one. Maybe people that I don't want to see this. Maybe people that I specifically want to see this won't see it. But this is where I lay down and I say it's all the same. Whoever sees it sees it, whoever doesn't doesn't. And that goes back to, you know, the true origin of this channel is, I remember telling someone I remember this specific event. See, like, this is my first time saying this stuff. It's weird. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I guess it's just like things that I just randomly keep to myself. And I don't even really know why. My now ex-girlfriend was telling me once about this channel. And I don't know if she watches these videos, I doubt it. But I think she said something, you know, she was just kind of complimenting the channel. And I remember, in hindsight, I guess it was kind of cold, but it was just how I was feeling. I just remember replying, I don't care who watches these videos. And she was like, okay. That was kind of a cold response, I guess, in hindsight, right? But I was just trying to kind of state like an absolution. Like, I was just trying to be honest, not crude or cynical or like throw it back in her face. I was just trying to say that that was the point. I mean, I even said that kind of in the videos that I made, was like, I don't care who watches these videos. That wasn't the point of the channel. The point of the channel was just for me to make a channel and make videos and finally do something that I've been meaning to do with my own little kind of modern minded twist, where it's just like, what I initially wanted as a kid was to do Let's Play videos or something like them. And then I had a channel, and that channel felt to me like it wasn't fit to support Let's Play videos, so after a very long time and a random urge, I thought, let's make a Let's Play channel. Let's Play the Let's Play channel. And I'm not going to cater to anybody. I'm just going to do anything. It doesn't matter what I do. It just could be whatever. As long as it's games, I can take whatever creative liberties I want. I could make really terrible videos like the ones I do, where they're just lo-fi, low quality, just talking. Or I could do epic face cam stuff, or really cinematic, artistic stuff. Anything flies on this channel, and that's fact still remains. And the fact still remains that I don't care who watches these videos. It's nice to know that if and when people do, but I'm just here because I wanted to be here. Nobody asked me to be here, and if they did, it wouldn't have mattered. So I guess that's my take. As I don't know if that's bad or good. I'm just trying to do something fully me and fully not for anybody. And I'm saying this for me. And I'm trying to make sense for myself because I feel like I don't make sense anymore. I feel like I don't understand myself anymore. And I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to articulate this problem that I'm having, because I feel like it's the last thing I can articulate like cerebrally. It's like, it feels like it's the last thing I can sit down and force myself to sound sane for 30 minutes or an hour is even too much, because after I'm done with this recording, I'll be so exhausted because I made sense for so long that I have to go back to being a mindless idiot who just spouts word garbage out of his mouth constantly in some weird attempt or non-attempt to, I guess, opt out of this race of humans. I just stopped running. You know? I just stopped. I guess you never really fully come to a stop until you die. And then who knows what happens, right? But, episode 50. So, I guess that's kind of what's going on in my mind right now. It's just, I feel like the only time I can make sense now is in my art. And my art is just like this thing that doesn't even have like a backbone yet. It's just like a blob, you know, because I make art so little, so such a small amount of it, because that's my other biggest problem. Even bigger problem is my lack of apparent will to do anything for myself, you know. All I do is put on the stream and just speak nonsense. That's all I do. I don't make art. I don't even make goals anymore, you know. And I don't think that I need goals. I mean, it's part of who I am now, though. You know, I don't feel like goals are that important. I feel like if you have no goals, then what's terrible about that? You don't need to be constantly ambitious, constantly in motion towards something better, you know. Gotta get this edit out, gotta figure out how to make this, gotta learn to draw, gotta learn to do all these things. These are all constantly circling in my mind, but I feel like if I just sit and don't do any of it, it doesn't feel great, but I feel like it's not necessarily taboo. Like, it's not necessarily sadist, you know. That's not the right word. You know what I mean. It's not a terror that I'm momentarily ambitionless, or momentarily apathetic, I guess, or just momentumless. All these words I'm trying to, I don't know. I think you know what I'm saying. I just think the New Year's resolution vibe that everyone has constantly in their life. It's not just the New Year's. People are constantly making goals for themselves, and it's just like, I have so many goals, and I work on none of them because they mentally exhaust me to just think about. So I just don't even know where to begin with a single fucking one of them. But I just kind of, sometimes I just sit back and I just think, like, I guess that's just life. Maybe it's not necessarily like a flaw that I have. Maybe it's just life. Maybe it's just how my life not necessarily was supposed to turn out, but just how it did, how things have come along. And I guess my overall life goal is to be a hustler, to be the guy who's on the grind, to the guy who is fucking, you know, constantly learning new things and constantly producing art and making music and doing all the things that I want to do every single day. Eating it, sleeping it, shitting it, breathing it. Like the Beatles. The Beatles, man. 9 to 5 every day. I guess that's my... So it's kind of a goal. Overall life goal. And yeah, you know, time's ticking. Of course. That goes without saying. That every moment I don't do it is a moment that I lose. Never get it back. But I think that, in a way, I can't help but feel like it's not fair to beat myself up for not doing anything. Not completely fair. I feel like I'm just living. I'm just existing. Just because I'm not giving society anything or giving the world anything or even giving myself anything except fresh air or recycled air, it doesn't mean that I don't deserve to exist or deserve the opportunity to make my existence apparent to others or even myself. I just want to live and breathe, and everything else can come at its own pace. I don't care how fast it happens. I don't want to care. I just want to live, get things done when I get them done. Yeah. This is episode 50. Future of this channel is actually quite undecided. I don't think it'll be hard to decide. I'll just say it now. I've been thinking about either a Minecraft Let's Play or something totally obscure. I feel like I've already probably said those exact words. And probably those exact words following those exact words. I'm sure at one point. I don't really know what to do. I just know this channel is becoming very important to me for some reason. It's weird because it's, in a way, I feel like it's so triggering to look at the no thumbnails, and there's nothing artistic about it except I feel like, in a way, it's almost like the most artistic thing that I do is sit and talk about nothing or anything, but sometimes things that ultimately truly matter, the things that are going on in my head, the things that are there, the things that exist. And, you know, it's just Toontown, but Toontown has taken a complete backseat to it all. I love this game, and I've mentioned this before a few times now, but I'm starting to realize that I started this series thinking about the game and thinking about the game, the progression, you know, the things to do in the game. But now, usually I'm just thinking about whatever I'm talking about. It's not about the game anymore. It could just be like a visualizer. That's what it is. The game is just there. And there will be episodes where I focus on the game. There have been, there will be. Could have been a post commentary, this. I hope that you if you're watching this. I guess it doesn't matter, right? But that's not what I meant. But if you're watching this, I guess it doesn't matter if you don't. But I hope you can find a shred of yourself that resonates or can understand at least a portion of what I've said, and that it hasn't been totally nonsensical, inarticulate garbage that makes no sense. That's, I think, one of my biggest fears at this point is that when I speak, nobody even knows what I'm saying, and that I don't even know what I'm saying, and that I've lost all touch with reality. Whatever reality even is. I don't mean to diss anyone. I don't mean to call anybody out. Chaz, I don't know if you're watching this. I don't mean to offend you. I hope nothing that I've said does that, because I don't want to fight anybody anymore. I can't fight anymore, you know? Fighting is so hard. Chaz is a good friend of mine, so don't want to fight him. Don't have a problem with him. Just was trying to be honest about the story of our friendship and how I felt in the beginning. There's lots of uncertainty, you know, like naturally. So just love this game, you know. It's a good game. I think I'll have a chair. Need more of this. So, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to formulate sentences properly, but it feels like this is one of the last times that it will be a thing. I don't know if there's any going back. Like I've said before elsewhere, that last year felt like it was an attempt to try and go back to something that I knew the whole time that it's just futile. There's no going back. You can never go back. I'm glad that I did this. I'm glad that I made this channel. I'm glad that I made this series. If there's anything I'm certain of in life thus far, it's that I am completely uncertain. That cliche thing that I just said is the only thing I feel like I've really learned. The only thing that I feel like has been nailed into my head time and time again is that I don't know anything. The more I learn, the less I know, you know? I feel like that's probably some philosophical fucking quote. I'm not really huge on the logistics of philosophy or, you know, famous philosophers or anything like that, but it feels like something that's been said, or maybe something that I've already heard or thought and then heard and then thought again. What a stupid video. I'm sorry that, you know, I can't be better. Sorry that I haven't been. To whoever, to myself. I'm not proud of myself. I think I've lost a lot of my self-worth. I lost a lot of the initial point of self-worth. I find myself thinking, what is that? What is the purpose of self-worth? Does it matter how much I like myself? It's not like I have a choice. And I don't like myself, I guess. Do I? I don't know. I'm sure that's a loaded thing to say, that I'm sure I do, but I don't. Like anybody, right? There's no 100% either way. Never is. Go to the Berg. I feel like I had something I wanted to add to that, but who knows? Maybe this is the last time I'll have been able to properly articulate my thoughts and get them across to everybody, whoever. I don't know. To anyone listening, I don't know what to say. I don't know if I really had any words. I guess the obligatory thank you for listening, I suppose, but why? I don't know. It's like, you're doing this. If you're listening to this, you ought to be maybe doing this for you, not for me. So thanking you seems, you know, kind of faithless. Thank you for being you, I guess. Thank you for existing. Thanks for existing at the same time as me. Sorry I am the way I am. I don't know how to fix myself, or if I should, or if it matters. I'm sorry that the world is the way it is, and that everything's so fucked up past a certain point. And I'm glad you came. You know? If you're not here, that's fine, but if you are, that's a little bit more fine. And we can be together for this moment. Whatever it is in time, this moment, we were together. Just for this brief moment. An hour is just... Or maybe just this part where I'm saying this moment. That tiny little moment in time that we were together. And maybe we shared a laugh. Or maybe a tear. Or maybe you gave a nod. Yeah, what he said. Or maybe you think, this guy is a fucking idiot and a piece of shit. and I don't know why I'm listening to this tiny portion of this video. Who hacked my computer and put me on this video at this timestamp? Get me out of here, please. Maybe this video is playing in someone's dream. Maybe as soon as I upload it to the tube, it goes up into the cloud. The dream cloud. Someone's dreaming this right now. Hey, dreamer. What dreams may come. It's one of my favorite films. I'm not religious, but maybe I am principally. Like, maybe I just like the idea of religion. I think I do. But it's a very Christian film that I love. No film makes me cry more. Maybe Lord of the Rings. Probably not. What Dreams May Come has me bawling from the moment the fucking shit hits the screen, dude. I remember the last time it's on Netflix right now, and I was like, I keep thinking to myself, man, I want to see that shit in full quality finally. But man, the last time I watched that, I had such a headache, a fucking migraine, and I was so, like nauseated and what's the word for congested, my fucking nasals were just fucking destroyed. Oh man. That movie is something. Recommend. Maybe you'd find it cringe or stupid or whatever, but I find that I'm not religious, but I find plenty of room for the idea of religion in my life. I think that, like, if you look at Lord of the Rings, Tolkien was allegedly this hardcore Christian, and it makes complete sense when you look at the books and you look at. I haven't read the books, but I've read excerpts and whatnot, and I've read plenty of parts, and I know way too much of the lore without having read the books, and way more than the movies give off. So I know a lot about the Tolkien universe and a decent about him, the writer himself, and seemed to be a pretty heavily religious man. And Lord of the Rings is without a doubt by far my favorite movie franchise. And they are very heavenly. And you might not think it while watching. I certainly didn't. But as soon as I figured that out, I was like, it makes complete fucking sense. Not a religious guy, but I certainly like the idea of it. Kind of like fiction, I think that's what religion is to me. It's just like extra fictitious. Is that the right word? Is that the same as? Is that like another variant of the word fiction? It's like another fictitious route for me to go. Like, religion to me is like the same thing as like mythology. I just find an interest in it, and I find it very fascinating and beautiful. But I can't say I jive with any of it. Chaz, if you watch this, I don't know what to say, but thanks. I don't know. I really don't know what this episode was. I didn't expect to do this. I didn't expect to break down. I don't know. I didn't plan any of this. I just thought, let's record it, and I guess it'll be like an hour special. I didn't think I'd be pouring out my heart and soul like never before. I really just said, I feel like I just said more in an hour than I've said in total in probably the last 3 years. Chaz is streaming now. Good. I could probably go for that right now. But first I have to see about a girl. I actually just said that because I want to remember it for if I ever watch this back. I'll know that Tuesday, January 4th, 2022, 1:43 a.m. Eastern Time, on around the 20th second of the minute, I was thinking about seeing about a girl. Chaz comes first, then the girl. At least in terms of my thought process, apparently. Gay for Chaz. I guess I pretty much dished out at least all I can bear. I probably have plenty of more that I want to say. But, and I didn't mean to, like, self-deprecate, this whole time. I didn't mean to say, me. But that's what these fucking episodes are anyway. It's just me. Come on. It's like, I just didn't mean to, like, go so hard. But I did, so I hope you don't think I'm a, self-centered or a piece of shit or whatever the fuck. And I guess if you do, that's fine. I feel like I stopped affording that care facet a long time ago. And yeah, but I guess I hope that if anyone's listening to this, I hope you can understand, and I hope that some degree of this is understandable to some degree. I hope I'm not completely foreign to the world at this point. I hope I could still be understood. Because lately I feel like everything I say, people think I'm joking, or people think that my entire persona is just like a gag, like a throw squirt or a tune-up. Everybody needs a little tune-up, right? This is just how I am, Existentially depressed, I guess. And definitely cynical. Yeah. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for listening, at least if you did. Thank you for existing regardless. I guess this turned out to be the most important Let's Play episode of my life. The most important Toontown Let's Play episode of my life. Who would have thunk? Oh. I guess we're ending it on the bench here. Oh. So I do things here on the Epic Magic Man channel. Well, see ya.